please. Just as I was about to turn to the camera, and because there's no way I could give her a cue, just as I was about to turn to the camera to say, and thank you so much, and while she was continuing to play, which would have been a nice transition, you went just to her, so stay with the two of us, and then that way I'll be able to let her know that it's time to stop. Also, I believe Renee has a thing at the end of the last E. Did you decide not to use that?
No, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. On the
crash,
opening
right.
credit, it needs to have that, you know, it's, after the E, it has a, thank you. Is it apostrophe?
Accent.
Accent, thank you. An accent. So it's kind of good that we can fix that anyway.
It was there the first time, and then the system crashed, I guess.
Okay, it's back. It does, okay. Thank you. That looks good. I'm Patti Jo Roth. This is Songwriter Soundstage, and this wonderful person playing this beautiful guitar music is Renée Hotchkiss, who's doing a lovely fade out without benefit of extra production equipment. And then, as you know, these are the kind of people I like to dig up and to bring out here. I look for them everywhere, because if I can find people who can handle just about anything and do their own fade outs, I feel like that's really quite a treasure. Tell me a little bit about how you receive your inspiration. Now, are you more inspired by words that you hear, or by things that you see, or emotions? What sorts of things cause you to want to write music?
Well, I write to a post office box in Poughkeepsie, New York, and they send me a list of ideas, so I just write songs about them.
I don't believe a single word you say. And she has a heck of a sense of humor, so now let's try this one again. Too serious of a question.
No, they really come from anywhere. Sometimes words come first, sometimes music. Mm-hmm. I just never know. The song can come from anywhere.
So you're not really a formula writer. You're more of the type of person that sort of plugs into the cosmos and it comes through you. That's wonderful. Tell me a little bit about the first song you're going to do here.
Well, I'm going to start with kind of an unusual song. Most people don't know this, but it's legally requirement in the state of California to have a song about gypsies. I'm sure you have yours.
Love songs and gypsies, it's true.
Mine is called,
we're dressed for that.
Yes, we are. Mine is called Cross My Palms with Silver. I went down to the swamplands, see that roving gypsy queen. She got strong voodoo magic, help a poor girl like me. They say there's nothing she can't handle if you're prepared to meet her price. I found my way to her caravan, her long bony finger showed the way. She was dressed in Spanish moss, nightshade and hemlock on the floor. She asked me the color of my money, and she smiled as I counted out the coins. She said, cross my palms with silver, cross my palms with gold, cross my palms with silver, and your future I will mold. Took a lock from my forehead, potions and powders from a shelf. She made evil in a cauldron, but too late to stop her now. Colors and vapors rose and lit the night. Strange sounds were coming from the air. Unseen hands were clutching at me. The feel of death was everywhere. I was picked up and was suspended while in the distance a disembodied voice cried. And it cried, cross my palms with silver, cross my palms with gold, cross my palms with silver, and your future I will mold. Then at last it was all over. Swirling vapors had all cleared. Gone was the magic caravan. The gypsy queen had disappeared. Well, I stood naked in a clearing, but in my mind's ear her words will ever ring. Ring. She said, cross my palms with silver, cross my palms with gold, cross my palms with silver, and your future I will mold. I will mold. I will mold. I will mold.
Did you actually meet somebody that, like a real person that kind of inspired that, like parts of that at least? I know people who are like that.
I'll never tell.
Oh, I'll tell. I have a friend. In fact, I think there are different expressions of everything. I want to do a song along those lines because this is such an inspiration for me too. Along the coast where I live in Pacifica, Montera, there are so many people that take this and this little piece of each spiritual religion. They mold it together and they come up with whatever feels good with, you know. And they have I have one very wonderful friend, Kathleen, who came up to me one time and she took me by the shoulders and she said, "Patti, think of this, the garden of the goddess." And Kathleen is one of these people who always talks in kind of an airy voice, and she goes out and she collects herbs, and she's sort of the opposite of the type of person that you're talking about that says, cross my palm with silver. It just sort of materializes. She says, I need so and so much money. She goes around, digs into the sofas, and thinks that there it is, to the penny, the exact amount of money. So anyway, this song I wanted to write. I wanted to write for her, but I also wanted to write it for all those people who really are purely, they would never presume, for instance, to tell you what your future is. And usually people who say, hey, put it here, they'll presume to say that. And yet these people that I'm talking about and that I'm writing about would say, well, that's your choice. How can I tell you what your future is? What if you change your mind tomorrow? So I kind of like that. But so if you come across anybody that wants like your entire life savings to tell you what's going to happen in your future, see if you really want that to happen. This song is inspired by, however, the people who are in the goddess religion. They're still real witchy, real fun. I like to tell this story. Kathleen won't take the spider webs out of her house because the spiders work so hard to make them.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute? In the garden of the goddess, where all wisdom grows, Catherine walks and gathers jewels to mix with incense clothes. Fairies whisper to her as she goes along her way in the garden of the goddess, where Kathleen likes to stay. She says, come follow with me as I light a sacred fire. Close your eyes and listen to the forest choir. Isn't it all so wonderful to watch the breezes play in the garden of the goddess where Kathleen likes to play? The sun lights up the dewdrops to decorate the well. She tries not to go with them on their silver threads. She wanted like that too.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Whenever I want to just escape from all problems, all dishonesty, all politics, I go see Kathleen. She's got a mixing bowl full of raw crystals, sits them in my lap. It's like a ton of rock, gets me tea. You know, she's just this wonderful Earth Mother kind of person. Well, anyway, moving right along. So now tell me about your next one. What are you planning here?
Well, we seem to be moving in a spiritual direction here, so I'm going to change my order and go to another song.
Good.
Last time I was on your show, I played the first song that I wrote from my series that I'm basing on A Course in Miracles.
Ah, yes.
Well, this is the second song.
Ah.
And it's called The Bridge. There's a path that leads out of the darkness. There's a road that opens from the night. There's a guide to lead you from the shadows. Cross the bridge that leads into the light. Doesn't matter what road lies behind you. It is to the now your path has led. The path does not exist in the holy instant. On the bridge that's waiting just ahead. Walk from time into eternity to discover what awaits you there. Begin the light grows brighter, melting away the mists of gray. And as you see past each illusion, you clearly see the next step of your way. Walk from time into eternity to discover what awaits you there. And as you near your destination, and all your doubts been left behind, all is now within the Holy Spirit. As you step beyond the myth of time, and as you realize we are all one, you are the bridge, you are the light.
That's so true. Course in Miracles has helped so many people. That's just, it's quite a read though. This is, how many books is the Course in Miracles?
Well, it's either available in 3 separate volumes or one ponderous tome.
Huge, yes. But the thing is you kind of want to live there, and so you're kind of glad that it's so long. And then what you were saying is so true about how when you get past something, all of a sudden you can clearly see the next step, but you really can't see that until you get past whatever it is.
Sometimes you just have to get out of your own way.
Did you find that the Course in Miracle really helped you to see that? Or?
It really does, more and more every year. It's starting to get it clearer.
Interesting. Is that a Christian-based, or what is it? I know that a lot of people don't even know what Course in Miracles is. Is it based on a specific religion, or what does that come from?
Well, it's kind of a combination of the positive aspects of Christianity with an admixture of Eastern religion,
so it's like a holistic,
and some psychology thrown into
sort of like a holistic religion. Our society could use that. Okay, well,
it's more of a spirituality than a religion.
Yes, I like. That's nice. That's nice. Well, so no, I'm just talking too much here. Let me see. What's the next one?
Well, let's move up 3 frets and change keys.
She's got a nice capo too, I gotta say.
This song Well, this one was interesting. I wrote this last year, I was commissioned to write it when I was the token heterosexual performer of Gay Freedom Day in San Francisco. It's actually written for the transgender community, but it's really for anyone who's ever felt isolated and alone. And it's about working together for acceptance and unity of all people despite our differences. And it's called Hand in Hand. Once we were creatures of the shadows, afraid to stand up for our rights, frightened to step out of the darkness and take our place within the light. But as we let go of yesterday, together we began to find the way. Hand in hand we stand as one united. Hand in hand all across this land. Hand in hand building bridges that lead to understanding. Working together hand in hand. Talk about forgetting your words. I just forgot mine. Let's see if I can scat through this one. No.
Humming's good.
A brand new era has begun. It's time for us all to work as one. Hand in hand, we stand as one united. Hand in hand, all across this land. Hand in hand, building bridges that lead to understanding. Working together hand in hand. Can't you hear our voices swell from a whisper to a roar? We shed the shackles of the past, we won't be hindered anymore. Hand in hand, we stand as one united. Hand in hand, all across this land. Hand in hand, building bridges that lead to understanding. Working together hand in hand. And as we turn to face tomorrow, there's still so much we need to do. Our whole future lies before us, but we can't make it without you. But together we'll discover the way how. And there's no time like now. Hand in hand we stand as one united. Hand in hand all across this land. Hand in hand building bridges that lead to understanding. Working together hand in hand. Working together hand in hand.
Oh, that's beautiful. And that's an example of the music that I found so inspiring when I was growing up. And even now when I hear those kind of songs, I get kind of teary-eyed because really, we're so focused on what our differences are. And all of the media, everybody is into explaining to us how we can't get together. And in case we happen to get away from it for one evening, somebody will call you and remind you. And the fact is, when I was driving down the coast, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And if you don't turn on the radio and hear how, you know, some abstract place I'm never going to go to, people are starving, that really, people can be so friendly and loving and wonderful to each other. It's so true. Oh, And it's sort of universal loneliness and the need to reach out and not to be afraid to take each other's hand and help each other. Especially in the city, you're afraid if you take somebody's hand that they'll hold on, move in with you. You know, you never know what you're doing when you. So there is a concern, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that we're down to like about 7 minutes. So let me see. I want your two most favorite, best songs here that I can hear. Let's see.
Okay. Move down the capo again.
Move down the capo.
Well, this is a song about discovering the woman within, which is particularly significant for me because I wasn't born that way.
Well, and I think that it really was, this is an opportunity. I want to say that I never would have had an opportunity to find out that you're just a person. And from listening to your music, I really got a feeling of the dilemma that you're in. He's heterosexual, it likes that, you know, has a certain need and desire to dress up very nicely. And I think that's something that this is an opportunity to explain to people that this isn't just a choice. You don't get up and go, gee, I think I'd like to make my life really hard. And without getting into like extreme detail, I just wanted to make that point to people.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that this is not because it's Halloween, and I know that some of you have about that deep of thought about it. It's way, way more important and significant than that. And before you judge people, you should find out who they are. Maybe listen to their songs. Find out they're wonderful, sweet people. Anyway.
Thank you, Patti Jo.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. It brightened my life a lot to meet you the first time. And when I came home, I went, boy, I don't know anything. And if everybody could learn just from having opportunity to sit, on, well, in my case, next to you on a stool and listen to your music, well, I just think that's just a wonderful thing.
It's
Anyways,
definitely a learning experience.
constantly. Does it ever end, please?
No.
Anyway.
Well, this is what the song addresses a little bit. It's called The Girl Behind the Glass. Each time I look into the mirror, see someone else look back from there, somewhere beyond where I could see, waited the one who was the real me. She's the girl beyond the glass. She's the girl beyond the glass. And as I look into her eyes, I'd see the soul past the disguise. But still I try to live a lie and keep her locked away inside. She's the girl beyond the glass. She's the girl beyond the glass. There within the mirror she waited, softly calling out to me, with our desire never faded. She longed to be free. Now so many years have passed, and still she's there beyond the glass. But at last she's breaking through the pain and doubt, and the lady in the mirror is coming out. She's the girl beyond the glass. 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 She's the girl, she's the girl, she's the girl, she's the girl beyond the glass.
That's beautiful. That's so interesting. You know, well, never mind. I just think it's so. See, I believe in reincarnation. So I kind of go, yeah, it'd be almost like you'd look at yourself, but you wouldn't see that face. You would
Me
see
too.
some other face that would be like from the past or from somewhere else. Oh, I just think that's so interesting. Well, oh, it looks like we have about 3 more minutes, so I want to say goodbye. I'm Patti Jo Roth, and this is Lauren Renée Hotchkiss. Keep an eye out, and it's always, always, always interesting, always fun, and always charming to be with you. And tune in once a week. Keep an eye out on the paper. I believe your show is going to be on in the next couple weeks, so keep an eye out. I guess that's about it, except tell me a little bit about your last song, and we'll go out with credits over this, and tune in next week. Thank you very much.
This song was an experiment. A couple of years ago, I took a walk through the neighborhood that I grew up in and just let the impressions come to me. And when I came home, this is a song that came out of it. It's called Maple Street. Every now and then, when I go out for a walk, I think back to the days of long ago. And before I know where my feet are leading me, among familiar paths I used to know, past the bakery and the grocery store, funny how they still look just the same. Down the block, the house where I grew up, every scene a memory on Maple Street. I begin to think of the dog I used to have, my old friends and places we would play, and of the old man who lived across the street, who'd shake his cane and chase us all away. I can almost hear my mother calling me, echoing somehow still across the years. And in that child I see running down the block, I seem to see myself once more on Maple Street. Thought it would last forever, never realized it would end one day. When I think about those days, all the years just seem to pass away. As the sun goes down and I start to head on home, I think of passing years and all I've done.